Today on Running to Him.
Submission to authority brings blessing. Today's reading from the reading plan is Genesis chapter 16, and we'll concentrate on verses 4 and 8 through 10. Genesis 16:4 and 8 through 10 says this, "And he went in to Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her sight. He said, Hagar, Sarai's maid, where have you come from and where are you going? And she said, I am fleeing the presence from my mistress Sarai. And then the angel of the Lord said to her, Return to your mistress and submit yourself to her authority. Moreover, the angel of the Lord said to her, I will greatly multiply your descendants, so that they will be too many to count." Now the story of Sarai, Hagar, and Abraham has multiple principles that we should observe, but there is one principle that rises above them all in this story. Submission to authority brings blessing. This principle can be controversial, and there are times when submission to authority is not an option for a believer. But as a general rule, we're to submit to the authority which God places over us. We first learn submission as young children when we interact with our parents. There is no wonder why one of the child's first spoken words is no. They hear that word on a daily and most of the time very frequently each day. They also learn that submission sometimes brings reward and rebellion brings punishment. In our culture today, we can look back at what Abram did with Hagar and say how bad and foolish it was on Abram's part to listen to Sarai. In his defense, it was common in those days that if there was no heir through the wife, there would be a surrogate provided to produce the heir. But for a person whose faith was always admired, Abraham blew it in this case. Hagar partially brought the problem on herself. Now, there's going to be a natural jealousy between the surrogate and the wife, but Hagar rubbed it in with her attitude. The angel who spoke with her in the desert clearly stated what Hagar was to do. She was to submit to Sarai, and she would be blessed through her son. The implication was that if Hagar did not follow the angel's instructions, she would not be blessed. Now, it must have been very difficult to humbly go back to serve a person who was treating you so badly, and surely Sarai would have missed her when she ran away. And when she came back, there was probably a good chance that Sarai's treatment would have been even worse. We as believers may soon have the ability to either submit to government in ways that in the United States we've never had to do before, or to suffer the consequences. We have already seen several pastors arrested for breaking the government's COVID-19 rules. And there's a possibility that there will be other laws that are passed in which we as Christians will not be able to follow. Realistically, we should decide now what our decision point is. If we wait until after the need for a decision is upon us, it may be too late. So let's look at the principle we need to follow. If the government demands we follow some rule or law, we must first determine whether or not, if we follow it, we will be breaking God's law. Protecting ours or others' health through simple procedures may not rise to the level of where the rule can be broken, like wearing a mask. However, being told that we cannot speak out against immorality rises to the level where we will be disobeying God. We may choose not to submit to man and submit to God, but we must be prepared for the consequences meted out by man for our disobedience. See Acts 4:19 and following on Peter's refusal to stop preaching about Christ.
Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. You can use either Facebook or YouTube to like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. If you would like to contact us, you can reach me at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.